Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, Matt from Diazable, coming at you with a new album review. And today we're checking out the band Justice for the Damned with their album Pain is Power. Yeah, so this is an Australian deathcore band from, I want to say, Sydney? I'm probably wrong on that one, but correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, and they've been playing music for since about 2017. They dropped an EP yeah, an EP back in the day that got some really good traction, and they've just been boom, boom, tours with like Parkway Drive in Hark's Way, and they've been in America a bunch of times, Europe, Australia. They've been putting in work. So if anyone says that this band hasn't done their pay their dues, I have to disagree because they're all over the place. They're touring and putting in work. So kudos to them and everything. So, and I got to see these guys back in San Antonio on the Die Artist Murder Hate 10-year anniversary show with Kubla Khan, Undeath, and them. And I got to see them a little bit, talk to the vocals a little bit. He's pretty cool and everything. Shout out to Bobak. I think his name is Bo. Oh, Bob. Everyone calls him Bobby. Shout out to him, I think. Yeah, really nice dude and everything. They're pretty good live and everything. I got to catch like the half tail end of their set, but they sounded really good. It was a very large room in San Antonio at Vibes Underground. Sounded epic. So yeah, this is my review of their new album, Pain is Power. We got a nice slow and heavy build up with the drums and heavy vocals before the song really kicks in. And the guitar work is very slow and groovy, lots of weight to it and whatnot. The drums are working really good on this song, particularly, and the guitars are very slick in their playing. They sound really crunchy on the riffs and everything, especially in the middle of the song with the breakdown. Sounds really good. Vocals are very bold and harsh sounding, perfect for like a deathcore band and everything. So he's putting in a lot of good work there. It's a simple but effective opening song, I think. And if I'm correct, I think there's a feature from Matt Honeycomb at the end of the song. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong or right.
Even when you're gone, I'll tell them my religion's you. When punctures come.
Some nice death metal growls here, showing some nice versatility from the vocalist. This song particularly reminds me of Amir, especially with the guitar slides. Nice double kicks and use of the cymbals. There's a lot of cymbal splashes here. It's really nice. Drum and guitars are on fire here. They're just going off. There's some hollow guitars with some smashing drums to build up nicely before the breakdown. Guitars sound really good during the breakdown, particularly. And overall, the production is really clean on this song. So here's a clip of Pain is Power. Very nice. Ooh. Faster riffs, faster tempo here. Guitar tuning sounds a little weird though at times, but it's got some good groove to it, so nice balance. Bass can be heard more on this track than the previous tracks. The drumming is really nice here, and it's got a real punchy sound to it. And also the breakdown, it's a bit beefier, bit heavier, sounds really good. And I will say, it's only like a 3 minute song. It's not that long of a song, but it feels like 5 minutes in a good way because they're cramming so many interesting play styles, drum patterns, and just you don't really notice it. They're just doing a lot of technical stuff here that sounds really good and transitions into one another very nicely. I don't know why, but this song reminds me of like the Hulk smashing stuff. It has a lot of raw and heavy energy to it. There's some eerie and mesmerizing guitars in the middle of the song that adds some nice variety here. Drums are just hitting really hard. Switched up guitar playing towards the end of the song makes it feel less boring and less repetitive. So mad respect there. But I will say the breakdown, just okay. More death metal style guitars here. than before. It's not as deathcore, it just sounds more death metal. Drums are tight and in the pocket here, and they got some mean slow down mosh, like heaviness, and a huge pit in the middle of the song that just sounds nice. And during that part and everything, they've got some nice pinch harmonics from the guitars, and the drums got some nice groove to it. And I will say I was kind of expecting the song to be a little bit longer, but it just kind of fades away, and I was expecting more from this song. So here's the house you built is burning. Ooh, clean breakdown. Here, this song has more of like a black metal intro to it than death metal, so very surprising. But then right after that, they go into more like metal riffs and whatnot. The production here really helps these tracks come alive, and how, especially like how clean and crisp they sound. It makes everything sound so large and bold. So the production is really great. I got some mean ass chugs here and some good gutturals from the vocals and some nice backing scream vocals. So it's a nice little like back and forth and sounds good. Overall, the breakdown is a bit generic, and as I listened to more of the song, it did feel a little bit more bland in terms of playing and everything. The start was all right, but overall, kind of just an over. Here we got some like Black Dahlia style guitar riffs and some blast beats. Okay, boys, I see you trying to switch things up a bit. Got some menacing sounding guitars, and as I was listening to the song, I was thinking, man, this is getting a little uninteresting. Boom, they switch it up on you and just give you a nice change at the right time. So kudos to them to like not overdoing something to where it gets too bland and generic. For the most part, they are good at that timing. We got some monstrous vocals here with nasty like drawl sounding vocals. Like he just sounds deranged, and it sounds great. Love the drums. They're riding the cymbals a lot here. I love cymbal playing, and they do it so nicely here. Fast two-step with clean groove to it with the guitars and everything, and subtle double bass kicks throughout the song. So nice little like sprinkled variety on this particular track. And the transitions here, going into slow and heavy parts, is clean. They got some good transitions here. And then we got some black metal in terms of atmosphere with the second half of the song. They really bring in a lot of different elements here. And the ending, I just gotta say it like this. The ending, fucking crushing, mate. Oi, that is the best Australian I can do. But yeah, sinking into the floor. Here's a clip. I know I love you forever. I would play a lot more about it. Don't want to get copyright, but yeah, sinking into the floor. Pretty good song. We got some heavy and dark chugs here. The production on this album, particularly this song, is just killer and makes something that should be boring like really epic. So whoever who's mixing, mastering, and producing this, solid ass work. They're doing great here. Got some really raw guitars here during the two-step, would give it like some nice variety in terms of sound. The lyrics are somewhat interesting with how the wordplay is being used here. They use like the children of desire, blister of the plague. Pretty like you think about it, pretty raw ass shit right there. Song is a bit long, but hopefully the ending justifies the length, and it kind of does. It's all right. Overall, it's a very heavy song, especially with how the guitars sound. But I feel like the last song should have been the proper ending to this album. Something about this doesn't feel like proper ending to me. But I will say that at the minute and 40-second mark, there's some really good guitar riffs. So I'll give them that. It has a huge and epic ending that honestly feels like it's supposed to be big and grand, but it just doesn't really go over well, I think. And I don't think it serves the overall album that well. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on this album from Justice for the Damned, and all I can say is large, and in charge, because this album's production just sounds so good. It sounds so clean, crisp, and so big and bold, and like I said, large. So that's like the best thing about this album. Not saying there isn't other great things, but that's like the number one thing I noticed that is consistently good here, because he or she makes this band sound really good. With the crunchy ass guitars, the riffs are really good here. Really, really dynamic drumming that sounds nice and bold and everything. Bass that's like kind of subtly there throughout the whole album, but adds a lot of weight to everything, adds a lot of oomphness. And then the vocalist with his deep and crushing vocals. It might sound generic saying crushing, but his vocals really, really go well with this style of deathcore that they're putting out. And it is deathcore, but they've got elements of like black metal, death metal, some ambience here and there, some clean vocals. They mixing things up a little bit, so it's not all straightforward deathcore. So there's some nice variety. So they have a good sense of making music, a good sense of creativity, I think. Especially they have great timing, because right when something gets a little boring or generic, they switch it up and give you something different. You're like, oh, nope, not generic, not boring, and they keep it going. So only a few times on this record where I feel like it got a little bit boring in terms of like sounding like generic playing, but it's very far and few between. Everything is over the board solid. Nothing was too amazing, but everything for the most part was solid. And I think that's just as impressive, making a pretty solid album, I think. So with this album from Justice for the Damned, Pain is Power, I would give it a nice and decent 8 out of 10. Yeah, so thanks for coming on by. Check out the links down below. Check out this band. Check out Justice for the Damned. I'm Matt from Diazable. Thanks for stopping on by. And till next time, mate, I'll see you later. Oi! My Australian accent's dog shit. Bye!